if I'm playing X guard with my partner Juice here, I'm in between his legs. Turn that way for me. Good. So I'm in between his legs. I'm starting to make sure that his weight is on my hooks. And what we want to do is use our back knee in a direction where it's like a diagonal force. So I'm starting to move him this way. I'm ruddering him with my back knee to get his hands on the mat. So I'm getting his hands on the mat. And then what I'm doing with this is I'm actually able to really extend his leg nicely to get an Achilles lock. So with Achilles locks, we want to be on the end of the foot. Right now, all of his weight is on his foot. So this could be from a scenario maybe where we have a single leg X and I decide to go to this because there's too much weight on the foot and I need to get his weight off of it to start getting into my attacks. Or it could be he's on a knee and I'm in here and he's really putting his weight on me. So I switch to an X guard and I start to extend him out. I get his hands on the mat. I don't want him to be able to backstep by pushing down on my leg and walking around to the outside and passing me. So I get his hands on the mat by ruddering my knee into the back of his hamstring. And now as I extend him, I'm getting all the way to the end of the leg, which is great for Achilles locks. So once I get to the end of the leg, I want to cinch it up high and tight. So I really want to bring it up high to my chin. It's very similar to the braking mechanics for a heel hook that we talked about. So now what I'd like to do is I can even frame on his knee like this so that it doesn't dip prematurely. Because what a lot of times people will do is they'll just try to jump forward and roll. So they'll just dive and roll and just come out of the lock because as the Achilles lock rotates, it weakens. So when we're in the X guard, we're extending him. We've got his hands to the mat so that he can't push down on my leg and backstep. I can put this brace here for a moment, get to the end of the foot, make sure that it's really tight. And now I can take my time as I've blocked him from rolling. I'm gonna take my hips high up and get really connected to him. So I'm gonna really bring my hips up high and reap over. So now my body is really crunched up and I have all of this range of motion to go down to break. I go into my head and I splay my knees and I keep my hands very high. So once again, this is a great setup to make sure that you get to the end of the foot. We've all had the experience where we've been with our partner on a hip and they just boot the foot and we can't finish an Achilles lock like that. So if we have an X guard, we have an excellent opportunity to try to get to the end of the foot and finish with a belly down ankle lock. So as we extend him, put his hands on the mat, I go to the edge of the leg, I get my grip on the end of the leg, and now I start reaping over, I get down onto my stomach, and then I'm hooking on the back of his leg with this foot so that he can't roll through once Juice. I don't want him to roll through like this. It's not the end of the world. I can finish on this side and come back. If I have my foot covering it, it's very difficult for him to actually start backstepping, and now I have him here stuck as I break. Try it out, guys, and let me know what you think.